Welcome back, movie readers. We are back with our books against the wall. So for a bit of fun, I thought I would go through some books that I have in my collection that I have absolutely no intention of reading. Yep, that's right. I'm going to show you books that are going to go unread. Some of them are fine entries for, I can't believe they novelised that movie. And don't ask me why I own them. They just cropped up cheap, and I couldn't resist, basically. They're here now, and I'll most likely be keeping them, because some of them are quite rare. And, yeah. So here I go, now about to start scraping the bottom of the barrel. First up, it's these. I'm getting rid of the worst ones first. And it is the Adventures of series, which you would never believe they novelised these, but it was the late 70s. Firstly, I have Adventures of a Private Eye, Adventures of a Taxi Driver, and Adventures of a Plumber's Mate. Two of these are published by Mayflower Books, and I think this one, oh no, they might be all Mayflower. I tell a lie. Yep. Damn it. Now, during the mid to late 70s, there was a bit of a softcore boom. Started off by the film Deep Throat. Yes, that has a novelisation as well. But you have to remember, there was very little ways of actually people rewatching these films aside from going into their local cinema. There was no VHS, so the book would have to do. So all of these have pseudonym authors: Joe North, Sid South, Bob West, and presumably we would have had someone with the name of East. But thankfully they never got around to making a fourth one. And I don't know, these two covers are okay. This one will probably give me a bit of trouble from YouTube, but we'll have to wait and see. There are no stills inside these, thankfully. Or maybe not, depending on your point of view. However, I also did find this one, which is The Ups and Downs of a Handyman, in the same vein, one of those witless British sex comedy farces. And it does have some stills in it. Black and white. Presumably another bad film, and this was published by Everest, and apparently written by John Seeley. Again. Now another hilarious movie, based on a hilarious film. I think they're stretching it a bit. All of them were charity shop finds, bar this one, which I found at Undercover Books in Norwich. And I very much doubt I shall be reading these. I don't think I showed you the backs of them. So here is a little look at the back. Most of them are actually all in quite good condition considering their age. These were all published in the late 70s, by the way, around about 76. Next I have The Avengers. No, not the Marvel Avengers. This US remake of the British TV series Avengers, starring Uma Thurman, and I think it's a Fiennes, but I can't remember what Fiennes it is. Ralph Fiennes, of course. This film, not surprisingly, underperformed. This was a charity shop find. Nice to see the old style Titan logo. Titan Books logo there, back from the late 90s. This was published in 1999. I will not be reading this. I don't even think I saw the film. I stayed well away. Which, of course, if you are a fan of the Avengers, you might want to pick this up, because it does actually have some cutscenes in it. The original film had about 25 minutes removed from it, for pacing reasons, I believe, but it's all included in this novelisation. My next one is from the 90s again, around about the mid-90s. Now, in the 90s, novelisations were beginning to slow up a little bit. Not much, however, they didn't slow up enough to stop this screenplay from being novelised. Yes, they did. To my shame, I did actually see this in the cinema. Went with a group of friends. We all knew it was going to be bad. We just didn't realise how bad. I remember nothing of this movie other than the beginning opening scene. Next up is a Roger Corman B-movie. Yes, the late Roger Corman, who recently passed away. I think he was age 97, so he had a good innings, as we say in the UK. And this is Death Sport. I do like the artwork on the front of this. This is by William Hughes, who apparently was the pseudonym of Hugh Williams. Yep, not very imaginative, but I have no intention of reading this. Partly because it's actually a nice copy and I don't actually want to ruin it. But I think this book is the only, along with Piranha, they are the only two Roger Corman movies that actually got novelizations. But I could be wrong. Anyone who wants to correct me in the comments down below, please do. As far as I'm aware, only two of his movies ever got books. Next up, I have no intention of watching this. I've showed you this before, Gemini Man, a novel by Titan Books. However, for reasons unknown to us, but only known to herself, this was actually written by Pat Cadigan, but for whatever reason, she's had her name taken off it. The next three are films that I haven't, actually I think I watched one of them, but I'm not a fan of horror films. Not the slasher ones anyway. I do like a good psychological horror. But I have here the full trilogy of Halloween. Yep, I don't know why I bought them, other than it's because they were going cheap. It's basically the only reason why. I found them in a couple of them in Bargain Bookshop, and the other one in a charity shop, so I couldn't really turn them down. So we have here Halloween by John Passarella, and Halloween Kills by Tim Wagner, and Halloween Ends by Paul Brad Logan. I actually quite like the covers on these, and the reason why I kind of picked them up was because I was a bit frightened that they actually might be quite popular. I was wrong, however. I have them now, and I do quite like seeing them all together. Although it does kind of irritate me that these two have the orange print there, and that one's in red. Why do they do that? You can probably see which one's next because I left the book upright. That is Independence Day Resurgence. This was published by Titan Books again and written by Alex Irvin. Now, I was thinking of reading this in the vain hope that it might be a little bit better than the film. However, I have a strange feeling it's not going to be an improvement, given that most modern novelizations these days are pretty much carbon copies of the film. Since about 2010, I would say, onwards, most of the authors now have some sort of access to online. They're able to watch the regular dailies and the filming and early cuts before the film is actually released, so they're able to keep it pretty tight to the film, which studios love. Fans of novelizations like myself detest, because we buy these because we like to learn more about the film and do more of a deep dive, not to read a carbon copy of the film. So, not surprisingly, Rebel Moon Part 2 is back for this video. I tried watching the Snyder Cut the other day on Netflix, and it confirmed my suspicions. A lot more violence and gore in the new Snyder Cuts. However, it still doesn't save the film. Doesn't save the films, and doesn't save the book either. To be fair, I didn't save the first part. This second part, I just cannot be bothered to read it. to be fair. Every other kill is a headshot. It's a bit like watching a pro gamer play a first-person shooter on easy setting. You just get numb to it. Surprisingly, Sofia Boutella gets naked twice for these movies, for this movie in particular. Don't expect any more lore or background either in these books. V. Castro has been denied this, it seems, basically for the reason of Titan Books being able to punt its tie-in encyclopedia books that it's got planned released later in the month. Next month, I think it is. Or soon, I can't remember. I think some of them are already out. Now, lastly, I have these. Yep. Can't be surprised that they're here. Rise of Skywalker and The Last Jedi. Basically, too little, too late. I've wasted too much time on the movies and don't wish to repeat the experience in prose as well, to be fair, so I have no intention of reading these. I cannot really see them saving the problems of the films either, but there are other YouTube videos that have covered the problems of these films far better than I can. I'll just probably get angry and ranty. So there you have it, people. That was a quick look at some of the novelizations that I'm basically not going to read. Although I have to be fair, I've got so many, I'm probably not going to read most of them. But I do try. I may also tag some other YouTubers as well, so watch out for your name below the comments. And let us know if there are any books in your collection which you have no intention of reading, but quite like to have them there. You have been Reading Movies. Thank you very much for watching.